One of the final things that I'd like to leave you with is a way of navigating your way through the website that we've developed. It's really important to point out that this website should be read in collaboration with the TLRI report that you'll find on the website. The TLRI report provides you with some graphs and figures and findings that are more detailed than we're providing on the website. However, we would argue that the website findings are of equal, perhaps even more significance, because here we've been given the opportunity for you to actually see the videos, some of the videos that we've developed, and to hear the teachers dialogue about the significance of those videos for their practice. So you'll see that you've got a series of tabs, and you're invited to work through those tabs at your leisure in whatever way you wish, according to what is of interest to you. We would recommend that if you want to get an overall understanding of the study, that you work your way through it in the order that it's offered, but that's not compulsory, of course. So the first tab will show you some of the examples of what 2-year-old dialogues actually looked like. The second set of tabs will tell you what 2-year-olds do. And this has been really interesting for us because we've looked at what we call genre. Now, genre are ways of understanding meaning. Mikhail Bakhtin, who orients the work that we're doing here, describes genre as the drive belts to all meaning. So we were interested in finding out what kinds of drive belts are 2-year-olds orienting themselves towards in dialogues that we consider to be effective. And you'll see a number of different ways that they do that, which don't necessarily, and I need to warn you here, they don't necessarily look the same as they do for 3 and 4-year-olds, or even in terms of the way they work with their 3 and 4-year-old peers. In the next set of tabs, you'll learn about what the teachers say and do in quality dialogues with 2-year-olds, and you'll learn about some of the strategies that they found themselves using, which again held a few surprises. In the following tab, you'll learn about what peers say and do with 2-year-olds, and this was a real revelation for our project. We realised that peers are playing a different but equally significant pedagogical role in the lives of 2-year-olds. And we invite you to have a look at some of those wonderful dialogues that were taking place, not only in isolation of teachers, although they certainly were, but also in what we call groupness, which is in collaboration with teachers, peers, and the 2-year-old, as well as in collaboration with the many resources, objects, experiences, and landscapes that 2-year-olds occupy in these spaces. The final, and perhaps the most important for the purposes of our project, tab site that you're going to discover on this site, is where the teachers talk about the shifts that they've made. And you'll hear the teachers themselves, the senior teacher and colleagues talking about the essential shifts that they have made as a consequence of actually really, really deeply and often personally confronting ways, actually looking carefully at their practice and the way that their practice shapes the learning of 2-year-olds, and the way, interestingly enough, 2-year-olds shaped their learning. And we leave you with that inspiration as teachers, as you're watching the footage, as you're listening to their voices, as an opportunity for you also perhaps to reflect on your practice and think about, firstly, the way that you might be conceptualizing and dialoguing with 2-year-olds, and secondly, and also important for our project, is the extent to which you are prepared to see more as a result of carefully scrutinizing your practice. We wish you well and look forward to hearing your thoughts on how this particular site and the report, and most importantly our study, speak to you and your practice. Ka kite anō.